Hello, dear students. In this session, we shall continue with the concept computation of cost of preference shares. In the previous session, we discussed and we have solved some of the problems on cost of preference shares. So, under irredeemable preference shares, the formula for computing cost of irredeemable preference share is KP. So that is nothing but cost of preference share is equal to D divided by P into 100, where D means dividend per share and P means net proceeds per share. Here P is not a market price because very rarely preference shares are listed in the stock exchange, or usually they are not traded in the stock exchange. So here we have to take only the net proceeds. Net proceeds, you know how to calculate the amount of net proceeds: total issue minus issue expenses. Okay, issue value of issue. Okay, or say issue proceeds minus issue expenses. By doing this, we'll get p value, and dividend is the dividend per share. Okay, by doing so, we'll be getting cost of preference shares of irredeemable preference shares. Irredeemable preference shares. But the existence of irredeemable preference shares is very rare phenomena. Okay, usually, practically, we find only redeemable preference shares. So problems on this method, that is on the irredeemable preference shares, we have already discussed in the previous sessions. Today we shall move towards the computation of cost of preference shares in the case of redeemable preference shares. Okay, before starting discussion on the problems, okay, basic few things that we need to know. Of course, among basic things, one is very important is the formula. Okay, but before that, there are 2 points or two key points that you should know here, that the redeemable preference shares are redeemable after a certain tenure. Okay, maybe after 5 years, maybe after 10 years, but it depends upon the the firm. Okay, and usually the tenure will be fixed at the very beginning of the issue itself. So before going for the issue, the firm or the business which is intended to issue redeemable preference shares, that will decide the tenure of the preference shares. Okay, after which the preference shares has to be reduced. So here, in the case of redeemable preference shares, tenure is known. And the second thing is that here in this case, it is very easy for us to identify whether the preference shares are redeemable or not redeemable. It is very easy for us to identify. So easy in the sense, the date of redemption or the year of redemption specifically will be given. Okay, so easy to identify redeemable or not redeemable. Okay, easy to identify because the tenure or the date of redemption or the day of redemption or the year of redemption, they'll give beforehand. Okay, or initially the itself they'll give. So it is easy for us to make out whether it is redeemable or irredeemable. Now, the third important aspect that we must know is the formula to calculate the cost of redeemable preferences. Okay, formula to compute cost of redeemable preference shares. Now here the formula is like this. KP, so this is nothing but cost of preference shares is equal to D is nothing but dividend plus R minus P. Here P is net proceeds, okay? So P is net proceeds, and here R is nothing but the redemption value, and these two things must be, the difference of these two things must be divided by the n in the sense the tenure, okay, after which the preference shares are about to redeem, okay, that tenure must be divided. Then the whole these things must be divided by the R plus P divided by 2. So it is nothing but the average of redeemable value and the net proceeds, okay. So this is about the formula. So at the very outset I'm going to write so what stands for D, what stands for R, what is P, what is N, R, P, okay. So everything, so before and you must know each and every aspect. If you know all these things, uh, what it meant for, then of course it is very easy for you people to solve the problem, okay. Hardly you'll get problem on this for 6 marks only, and for us it is difficult to predict from which aspect they are going to ask, whether cost of redeemable, cost of irredeemable preference shares, or cost of equity under yield method or growth method. It is very difficult to predict. So all the concepts are very easy, all the computations are very easy. So you have to logically you have to buy it everything. So logically everything, and if not possible you have to buy out all the formula, okay. Anyhow, now here KP stands for cost of preference shares, and D stands for the dividend per share, same like previous problems, okay, dividend per share. R stands for redemption value, that is the value after the redemption that the holder of the preference shares is going to get, okay, redemption value, or the value at which the preference shares are to be redeemed, okay. So that value. Then P value is nothing but the market price initially. In the case of cost of equity, we especially in the case of listed shares, we used to consider P as market price. But since the preference shares rarely they are listed in the stock exchanges, and in the sense they are rarely traded in the stock exchanges, so P value we take into mean as the net proceeds, that is after deducting the total amount of proceeds after deducting the issue expenses, okay. Then N is the number of years, okay, number of years of life of that preference shares, or the tenure after which the preference shares are going to be redeemed, okay. So number of years, okay. That's it, all the related information we have now. So I think we can start discussing solution of the problems, okay. So this is it about theoretical aspect of redeemable preference shares. We'll take up problems and solutions. Okay, this problem I have taken it from the Raghunanda sir's textbook. Problem is like this: a company issues a 10% preference shares of rupees 100 each, redeemable after 10 years at a premium of 5%. The cost of issue is 2%. Cost of issue is rupees 2 per share. Calculate the cost. Okay. Now, first of all, what we have to do is we have to identify uh, the things which are to be fitted into the formula. Okay. Now, formula, here you can observe Kp is equal to D plus R minus P divided by N. Okay, so whole divided by R plus P divided by 2 into 100. So by doing so, we'll be getting the cost of preference shares. Now here, D means dividend per share. I have already said, and you know now, D means it stands for dividend per share, and dividend must be calculated on the face value of the shares for that matter. Now here in this case, dividend rate of dividend they won't give specifically or they won't give separately. So in the uh, preference shares itself, okay, they're going to prefix the rate of dividend before preference shares. Now here you can see, observe, a company issues 10,000 10% preference shares. Now 10% preference shares is nothing but the rate of dividend that they are supposed to pay. Okay, same way in the case of debentures, 10% debentures in the sense the rate of interest that they are supposed to pay. Okay, 10% debentures, for debenture it is interest, for preference shares it is dividend. For debentures it is interest. Why? Because debentures are the debt funds. Okay, now here for the shareholders it is dividend that a firm gives. So 10% preference shares of rupees 100 each. Now here the face value is rupees 100. Okay, per share value, face value is 100 rupees, and the company is bound to pay 10% dividend on each share of rupees 100. Now 100 into 10% means we'll be getting 10 rupees. So dividend per share will be or would be 10 rupees. Now D value we have got, that is 10. So how we got rupees 10? 100 is the face value and 10% preference shares. They have already given the rate of dividend. Okay, so 100 into 10% means we would be getting 10 rupees, and that must be considered as the rate of dividend. 10 rupees now we have got. Then what else we have to find out? We have to find out R value, we have to find out the P value. Okay, we have to know N value. All these things are there in the problem. Okay, just we have to find out, that's it. Ready-made information will be there, just we have to assign each value to this formula. Now R I have said already, I have explained. R means, so it is redeemable value. Usually redeemable preference shares can be redeemed at par value. At par value in the sense at the rate of issue. Okay, maybe redeemed at premium. Premium in the sense the more than the normal value or more than the face value. Suppose 100 rupees is the face value, they can be or they could be redeemed at 5% premium. So the same case is like this. Okay, it is there in the problem itself. You can observe rupees 100 is the face value and they have given redeemable after 10 years at a premium of 5%. That means they are redeemed at 105. So that would be the redeemable value, R value 105. And again N value they have given here. See, redeemable after 10 years. After 10 years. So N is 10. Then again we're supposed to calculate P value. We have to find out P value. P is nothing but the net proceeds. Okay, now in the problem they have given cost of issue is 2 per share. They have issued 10,000 shares. Okay, they have issued 10,000 shares, but here they have given that cost of issue is rupees 2 per share and the face value is given rupees 100 each. So that means the P value, net proceeds, would be 100 minus 2. We'll be getting 98, and this is the P value. Okay, each and every information we have now. Just to look into the calculation. 10 is the dividend. Okay, dividend per share plus 105, so that is the redeemable value, minus 98, that is the P value, net proceeds, divided by 10. 10 here, N is the tenure after which the preference shares are going to be redeemed. Then this whole things must be divided by the average of redeemable value and net proceeds, that is 105 plus 98 divided by 2, and this must be, in order to calculate the rate of or cost of preference shares, that must be multiplied with 100. So we will be getting 10.5% as a cost of redeemable preference shares. So this is about the explanation of first problem. We'll see another problem. Now, this is another problem on cost of redeemable preference shares. Problem is simple, like previous one only. X Limited issued 15% preference shares of rupees 100 each on 10th January 2006. They were redeemable at par after 5 years. So N value they have given. Okay. D value that we have to calculate, 15% preference shares of 100 each means 100 into 15%. 15 rupees would be the dividend. Calculate the cost of preference shares if it is issued at par. Okay. If it is issued at a discount of 10%, if it is issued at a premium of 25%, and they have not given the rate of issue expenses, or they have not given any issue expenditures. Okay. By considering all these points, we can easily solve this problem. Formula, you know, KP, that is nothing but the cost of preferences. In this case, cost of redeemable preferences. Formula is D plus R minus P divided by N, and D plus R minus P divided by N whole divided by R plus P divided by 2. Okay, into 100. So this is the formula. Now D for A, let us proceed by one. Okay, in the question they have given 3 aspects. Okay, let us try to find out answer for or let us try to discuss all 3 aspects. Okay, if it is issued at par in the sense, so what is the face value? So that price itself the firm has issued the shares, that is preference shares. Okay, so face value ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೋ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ issued at par ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, issue price is equivalent to the face value. So 100 is equivalent to 100. Now 100 is the face value and issue price is equivalent to 100 rupees. So this is what issued at par means. Fine. Now dividend that we have to calculate. Okay, now 100 into 15%. Okay, 100 is the face value and they have given 15% preference shares. This means the rate of dividend. So 100 into 15 means 15 rupees per share dividend. Then R value, it is nothing but a redeemable value. Okay, value at redemption. Okay, so R value here they have not given. Okay, so we have to assume that it is redeemable at par value only. It is issued at par and it will also redeemable at par only. See here in the second line they have given specifically that they were redeemable at par after 5 years. Okay, that means redeemable value would be 100 only. So P value R value 100 and P value, since they have not given any issue expenses, they have not given any issue expenses, so we have to consider 100 only for the first case, 100 only. And N value they have given specifically after 5 years. See here, this would be the N value, then divided by R plus P. So 100 plus 100 divided by 2. So into 100 means we'll be getting the cost of redeemable preference shares at 15%. Okay, so this is the one case. Now the second case, if it is issued at a discount of 10%. Now here sometimes it is possible that the firm may issue preference shares, or for that matter equity shares also, at a discount. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to deduct this discounted price, that is 10% from the face value itself. So 100 is the face value. Now discounted price means 100 into 10% means we'll be getting 10 rupees. So we have to reduce that 10 rupees from the face value. So we would be getting 90 rupees, and this 90 rupees would be the P value. P value is nothing but the net proceeds. Net proceeds is 90 rupees. Face value is of course 100, but they have discount issued at a discount. So they are going to get only 90 rupees per share, and that would be the net proceeds or market price. Okay, 90 rupees. Then R value, it is fixed because they have given, see here, they are redeemable at par only. So that means par redeemable at par means the R value, redeemable value would be 100 only, like this will be equivalent to the face value itself. Okay, then divided by 5 means here the tenure, number of years. Okay, again 100 plus 90 divided by 2, here 100 again R, P means the net proceeds, and everything we have to divide, and after that we have to multiply it with the 100. So we would be getting 17.9% as cost of preference shares. Then again the third aspect, that is if it is issued at a premium of 25%. See here 100 is the face value. If it is issued at premium means they are going to get 125 rupees, right? 125 rupees. So here P value would be 100 plus 25. So how we got 25? 100 into 25% premium. So we would be getting 125 rupees. That would be the net proceeds, and that will be the P value. And as they have given in the problem itself that the preference shares are redeemable at par only, so R value, redeemable value is 100 only. So D remains same, so 15% on 100, that is the face value, and everything remains same except the P value, because here they have issued preference shares at a premium. So we will be getting 8.89% as a cost of preference shares. Now this is about the solution of this problem. Now we'll consider another problem. Now we have another problem which is similar to the previous one. Okay, problem is like this. Viking Construction Limited issued 50,000 preference shares of rupees 100 each, redeemable after 5 years at a premium of 20%. Okay, now face value is 100. Face value is 100. Then R value, sorry, the N value is given 5. Okay, face value 100, N value 5, and they have given that these are redeemable at a premium of 20%. Okay, that means redeemable value would be 120 rupees for all the cases. They have given 3 cases. Okay, for all the cases 120 rupees. How we got 120? 100 into 20%. Okay, dividend was payable at 13%. So that means on 100, 13% would be the dividend. So 100 into 13% will get 13 rupees dividend for all 3 cases. Now we are supposed to calculate preference cost of preference shares if they are issued at par. Okay, issued at par in the sense at face value only. If they are issued at 10% discount, that means less than 10% less than the face value, that means 90 rupees. Okay, if they are issued at a premium, that means 100 plus 10%, 110 rupees. Okay, now in all 3 cases we are supposed to calculate the P value, that is market price or net proceeds. Okay, if they are issued at par, for the first case the P value would be 100 itself, there will be no changes. And in the case of preference shares issued at 10% discount, in that situation we have to deduct 10% from the face value, and remaining value we must consider it as a P value. So 100 minus 10% will be getting 90. Okay, and lastly the third thing, that they are issued at premium. So 100 plus 10%, 110. So that would be the P value. Okay, one set is clear now. Now we have to look for R value, that is redemption value. So R value for all three cases remains same, because here they have given specifically after 5 years at a premium of 20%. All the preference shares redeemable after 5 years at a premium of 20%. So 120 rupees for all three situations, and N value stands same for all three situations. Okay, only there is change in P value. So that is the concerned area here. So remaining things remain same. So dividend also remains same, 100 into 13%. Dividend must be will be calculated, or must be calculated on face value only. Okay, not on market value, or not on the premium value at which preference shares are issued, or not on the discounted value at which preference shares are issued. Okay, only on face value dividend must be calculated. Now we have all the necessary information. Let us proceed further on discussion of the solution. So in the first case, that is if they are issued at par, so cost of preference shares is equal to D is stands for rate of per share dividend 13 rupees. 120 stands for R, that is redemption value, 100 into 20% will get 20. So altogether 120. P is the net proceeds, as problem says that they are issued at par. So par in the sense the value which is equivalent to the face value itself. So 100 only. Then N is 5 years. So each and everything we have now. So if you do calculation, we will be getting 15.45% as a cost of redeemable preference shares. Now for the second case, if they are issued at 10% discount, D value is known 13, then R value is known 120. Now here, since the preference shares are issued at discount, 10% discount, we have to reduce the face value by 10%. Okay, face value into 10%, we'll be getting 10 rupees, and that must be deducted from the face value, and whatever value we'll get, that must be considered as the net proceeds. Now here 90, and if you do all the calculations, we'll be getting 18.1%. Similarly, for the third case, if they are issued at 10% premium, 13 would be the dividend, redeemable value 120, and 10, since they have given 10% premium, the net proceeds would be 110, and if we do all the calculation, we'll get 13.04% as the cost of preference shares. This is about the solution of the problem. We'll consider some problems in the next session. Thank you.